In the countless lives before his final enlightenment, the Bodhisattva cultivated the perfections paramitas that would lead to Buddhahood. Each life was a step toward complete compassion, complete wisdom, complete selflessness. One of the most profound of these births is remembered as the Temiya Jataka, the story of the great being who gave the ultimate gift. This is a tale of metta-karuna loving-kindness and compassion perfected, as preserved in the sacred Pali Canon. Long ago, in a kingdom nestled in the Himalayan foothills, there lived a righteous king with 3 sons. The eldest was named Mahapranada, the second was Mahadeva, and the youngest was called Bodhisattva, the great being. From childhood, Prince Bodhisattva was different from his brothers. His heart overflowed with compassion for all living creatures. He could not bear to see any being suffer, not the smallest insect, not the feeblest bird. While his brothers trained in warfare and statecraft, Bodhisattva would meditate in the gardens, contemplating the suffering of all beings and cultivating boundless loving kindness. One day, the king said to his sons, "Go forth into the forest and observe the kingdom. Learn about the land and the creatures within it, for one day you will rule and protect all beings here." The 3 princes ventured deep into the forest, accompanied by their attendants. They walked through groves of sal trees and bamboo, crossed clear streams, and climbed rocky hillsides. The beauty of nature filled their hearts with joy. Birds sang in the canopy above. Deer grazed peacefully in clearings. The forest teemed with life. At midday, the attendants prepared food for the princes, but as they rested, Prince Bodhisattva's mind turned to a deeper reflection. "My brothers," he said quietly, "in this forest, every creature lives by consuming other creatures. The strong devour the weak. Even in this beautiful place, there is constant fear, constant hunger, constant death. Is there no escape from this wheel of suffering?" His brothers nodded, but their young minds could not yet grasp the depth of their youngest brother's compassion. As the afternoon shadows lengthened, the princes came upon a steep ravine covered with thorny bushes. At the bottom, in a small cave, they saw a sight that stopped them in their tracks. A tigress lay there, her body reduced to skin and bones, her ribs showing through her tawny fur. Around her, 7 small cubs mewed weakly, trying desperately to nurse from their dying mother, but she had no milk to give them. She was starving. The princes could see the terrible truth. The tigress had not eaten in many days. She had given all her strength to bearing her cubs, and now she was too weak to hunt. The eldest prince spoke first, his voice troubled. "That tigress is on the verge of death. Soon, in her desperation, she may even devour her own cubs to survive." Prince Bodhisattva gazed at the suffering mother and her babies, his heart filled with overwhelming compassion. Here was suffering in its rawest form, a mother unable to feed her children, babies crying for milk that would not come, death approaching all of them. "What does this tigress eat?" Bodhisattva asked quietly. "Fresh meat and warm blood," replied Mahadeva, "but she is too weak to hunt, and there is no prey nearby." The eldest brother said, "There is nothing we can do. This is the way of nature. We should leave this place." The princes began to walk away, but Prince Bodhisattva lingered, looking back at the dying tigress and her cubs. In that moment, a great resolve rose in the young prince's heart. He thought, "For countless lifetimes, I have wandered in samsara, this endless cycle of birth and death. I have died countless times in battles, from disease, from old age, and this body has rotted away to nothing again and again, benefiting no one. But today, this very body that is destined to decay, this could save 8 lives. This body, which I mistakenly call mine, could end the suffering of a mother and her children. What greater use could there be for this body than to give it in compassion? If I cannot sacrifice for the sake of beings now, when will I ever develop the perfection needed to free all beings from suffering?" Bodhisattva turned to his brothers and said, "Go ahead, I will catch up with you shortly. I wish to spend a moment in meditation." Unsuspecting, the brothers continued on their path. Alone now, Prince Bodhisattva removed his fine garments and folded them carefully. He took off his jewelry and placed it on a rock. He stood in simple cloth, his body all that remained. He made prostrations to the 4 directions, honoring all the Buddhas of past, present, and future. Then he made his supreme vow. "By this act of giving, may I not seek rebirth as a king, a deva, or a brahma. May this merit lead me to supreme enlightenment, so that I may free all beings from the ocean of suffering. May this tigress and her cubs have long life and freedom from hunger. And may all beings who hear of this deed develop compassion and walk the path to liberation, with perfect calm and clarity of mind." The prince descended into the ravine. The tigress lifted her head weakly, but she was too far gone even to attack. She had no strength left. Seeing this, Prince Bodhisattva found a sharp bamboo stake. Without hesitation, without regret, without fear, he cut his own throat and fell before the tigress, offering his warm blood and fresh flesh. At that moment, the earth trembled. The heavens rang with divine music. Celestial flowers rained down from the sky. The devas in the heavens witnessed this supreme act of compassion and wept with joy. The tigress, drinking the warm blood, revived. Strength returned to her body. She consumed the offering, and her milk began to flow again. Her 7 cubs nursed eagerly, their cries of hunger turning to sounds of contentment. Meanwhile, the 2 elder princes suddenly felt a terrible foreboding. "Where is our brother?" they cried. "Something is wrong." They ran back through the forest, their hearts pounding with dread. When they reached the ravine and looked down, they saw the tigress nursing her cubs contentedly. Nearby lay their brother's royal garments and jewelry, but of Bodhisattva himself only bones remained. The 2 princes fell to the ground, weeping inconsolably. Their youngest brother, the kindest, the most gentle, had given everything for creatures who could never thank him, never repay him, never even understand his sacrifice. When the king and queen learned what had happened, their grief shook the entire kingdom. But amid their tears, they also felt profound awe at their son's boundless compassion. The king ordered a great stupa built at the place where his son had given his life. He proclaimed, "Let all beings remember Prince Bodhisattva, who loved all creatures more than his own life." Let this place remind us that true nobility lies not in ruling others, but in serving them with compassion. The tigress and her 7 cubs grew strong and healthy. They lived long lives in that forest, and it is said that they never harmed another creature, as if they carried within them some blessing from the prince's sacrifice. The Temiya Jataka reveals the depth of compassion the Bodhisattva cultivated on the path to Buddhahood. The lessons of this sacred teaching. True compassion transcends all fear, even fear of death. When we see clearly the suffering of others, our own comfort becomes secondary. This body we cling to is impermanent. It will decay whether we use it selfishly or compassionately. The question is not whether it will die, but whether its death will have meaning. The Bodhisattva understood that there is no true separation between himself and the suffering tigress. Her hunger was his hunger. Her cubs' cries were his own children's cries. This is the insight of Anantanan, self lived in action. Self-sacrifice in this story is not mere suicide, but a conscious choice arising from wisdom and compassion combined. The Bodhisattva gave his life not from despair, but from the clear understanding that this gift would relieve immediate suffering and advance him toward the enlightenment that would benefit all beings. When the Buddha told this story to his disciples, he taught that the cultivation of compassion must be balanced with wisdom. Not every situation calls for such extreme sacrifice, but the perfection demonstrated here, the complete absence of selfish attachment, this is the direction of true practice. We may not be called to give our lives, but we are called daily to give up our selfishness, our comfort, our convenience for the welfare of others. This is how we walk the Bodhisattva path. May all beings develop boundless compassion. May all beings transcend attachment to self. May all beings realize the deathless peace of Nibbana. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.